hello, hello. So, I'm absolutely not going to be on here very long because it is already late and I have to go to bed so that I can get up bright and early to go to work tomorrow. But I came on here to talk about doing things that scare you, right? Because I had heard that that's where all the treasures in life are. And I truly believe it. Doing something that scares you is rewarding and exhilarating and exciting, scary as crap, makes my heart beat almost out of my chest, or at least it feels like it's going to burst right out of my chest. But I find that doing the things that scare me the most are the most rewarding. I'll give you a perfect example. Um, I purchased a new house in January. Wasn't sure I was gonna be able to afford it. And I ain't gonna say it's been easy because it ain't. I ain't gonna even lie to you. It's been pretty darn tough. But I manifested the job that I needed to take care of the house that I purchased. So, anyways, it's been really, really scary. I'm taking care of my mom, which is a whole new world. Being responsible for someone other than myself. Um, Definitely not easy and very, very scary to have someone else's care in your hands totally. Um, and not just someone, but your parent, my mom, someone who has raised me and many people around me and always been such a caregiver to everybody except herself most times. But it's tough. It's tough doing scary things that you've never done before, especially if you're like someone like me. Um, some people don't believe in astrology at all, but some things about astrology is very true. Like Taurus people do not like to be in new, uncomfortable situations at all. As a matter of fact, we try to stay away from it as much as possible. But in some cases, there's nothing you can do about it, and you just play the cards that are dealt to you. And that's where I am right now, dealing with it every day. I won't say it's been smooth and easy because it hasn't been, but it's very rewarding. I know that my mom is well taken care of because she's with me. So, the other thing is to have confidence in yourself. Even if you don't always feel it, try to know that it's going to be okay and that you can handle whatever comes your way. And um, things are going to come up every day. Good Lord, things are going to come up every day. All kinds of things are going to come out of left field. There is no preparation for life. Most of the times, you just have to accept what comes and deal with it and handle it the best you can. The best piece of advice I could give to anybody is to try to remain calm. That's the first part to resolving any issue that you have is not to panic and not to go to pieces, which it's taken me some time to learn that. Um, See these hairs up here? That means I've lived through a couple things. And the best piece of advice that I could give to anybody is to remain calm. Don't let life send you in a tailspin because it really can. Things start coming from every direction, and you like, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with all of this. And sometimes you just want to. I'm gonna give you a good illustration in your mind if you can visualize this. Is a person being in an office where they work with a lot of paper, and they just take a whole two handfuls of paper and toss it in the air and watch it all fall down to the ground. Like it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't know how to handle this situation. But the first step is to remain calm. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. You got to breathe deeply. Even if you got to stop everything else and people look at you like you're completely nuts because they're wondering why you're just sitting there um, when they feel like you probably should be in a tailspin. you got to take 5 minutes just to sit there and breathe deeply and take it in and let it out so that you really think better, and it also saves you from saying things that you may regret later. That's been me on more than one occasion. I have, in my younger days, been known to fly off the handle and say things that you can't take it back. Once you say some things to people, those words can never be retracted, no matter how much you apologize. Hey, hello. I see Summer. Hi, Summer. Um, you can't take things back once you've said them. You can't say I'm sorry and think that fixes it, because it does not fix it. It does not take the sting or the hurt or the pain away from whomever you assaulted verbally. So again, try to remember to remain calm. Saying nothing is way better than saying something that you'll regret later. When when cooler heads prevail and you're calmer about the situation, you won't have to go think, boy, I wish I hadn't have said that. Um, to loved ones, to family, friends, even bosses sometimes. I've been in situations where even on a job, I done said some things. Okay, I'm one of those people who there is no hierarchy for, well, it was for my anger in the past, where when I would get upset, anybody could get it. Anybody, bosses. I don't care if you own the company. It could be the president, the CEO. I don't even care. But now I have learned. Hello, hi Mo. I have learned to give myself 5 minutes, instead of just letting whatever comes out of my mind because of an angry moment. Giving myself 5 minutes sometimes just to sit there in silence, because during that 5 minutes I'm doing some cleansing breath work. Deep inhale, hold for a couple seconds, and then slowly let it out. Because after that 4 or 5 minutes, I'm not at the peak. I'm not at the top of the mountain anymore. I've allowed myself to come down enough where then you can think wisely and strategically, which is really important, instead of just letting everything, the first thing that comes up to your mind, fall out your mouth. So, anyways, that is something that I learned with time, and I'm sure some of you may be younger people who will also learn it in time. But the sooner you learn it, the better off you'll be. So, anyways, take it from me. Take that 5 minutes or 4 minutes just to bring yourself down before you respond sometimes. And even to your peers, when you're talking to people, sometimes it's good to give them a few minutes too, before you just let the first thing just fall right out your mouth, because sometimes it's hurtful. Um, and you can't take it back. Once it's said, it's said. Anyways, if you have not checked out my page, please do so. Add me, follow my page, check me out. I am bringing good vibes and good music. I love 80s music and 70s music, and I may cover a song that you like. You are definitely allowed to comment on my videos and let me know in the comments if it's something that you'd like to hear. I like R&B music, okay? And I cover all the goodies. And then some of the videos are on my page are um what are you cooking? Are you bringing food? Some of the videos on my page are of me and my mom, and I take care of my mom. I'm a full-time caregiver of my mother, who is has dementia, and some of our conversations are a little strange. But that's okay. That's okay. We live in life one day at a time. Hope life is going well for you. And my page is this just there to remind us all that we need to laugh and smile and try to bring joy to others in your life. So, anyways, I can't stay on here late because I got to get up and go to work in the morning. And if you don't have to, that's good for you. But I'm going to get on off here in just a few minutes. Hold on. Let's see what else I got to do. Um, Again, that was just my message for tonight was to stop and pause before you speak, especially if you're um if you're upset or angry or somebody has said something that has disturbed you. Remember to pause. Take a few moments of silence. They might think you're a little bit crazy for not responding right away, but that's okay. It'll throw them off their game too. Your silence a lot of times confuses people. I've noticed that, and it makes me feel better on the inside. Instead of me getting all crazy and hysterical and raising my blood pressure, I get a little chuckle instead because they're going berserk and I'm over here calm, quiet, and collected. Okay? That's my message for today. I hope you learned something. Check out my page, and I'll see you again on my next live. All right. Love you much. Peace. Have a good night.